Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber. Friday, November 19th, 4:53 p.m. New York time. The U.S. stock markets closed after another full week of trading. Let's look at the equity indexes. On the weekly time frame, each candle will be a week. We'll start off with the S&P 500. Stock symbol Sierra Papa X-ray for the week. Wow, it's in a consolidation phase. Just shy of closing above 4,700, the big round number. Yep, so the current trend has been up. Now it's in a consolidation phase. We did take out the high of last week, which was an inside bar. So it's still looking bullish bias. NASDAQ 100 made a higher high, broke above that inside candle, even stronger. Yep, the trend is still to the upside. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average, well, lower low, lower high, closing below the low of last week, below the consolidation phase. Still in a trend down, retracing the current trend that was up. So again, we're looking to see what level it goes to on the Fibonacci to help determine how the next trend will be. Russell 2000 also reversed and sold off, made a lower low. Back inside this huge impulse move up. And the Dow Transports. Lower low, lower high, but buyers stepped in, closed slightly below the midpoint. And the Dow Utilities, consolidation, huge consolidation. So overall, the NASDAQ 100 has been the strongest index pair for the week, followed by the S&P 500. And this is what we're going to see next week. Determine, are these trends going to continue, and will the Dow turn around to back to the upside? Let's look at some of the most popular stocks that trade. The Faang stocks. Hopefully you heard of the Faang. If not, where have you been? Under a rock? Look at Apple first. Again, each candle is a week. Apple, all-time new high. Strong like bull. Broke out of that consolidation. Very nice. That was a wedge. And then that wedge was building a coil, as I mentioned. And that's what happened. Huge move to the upside. Outstanding. Microsoft, also new high for the year. Strong like bull. Amazon, just shy of taking out the high for the year. Yep. Big sell-off too for up here for that range. But again, closed at least above the midpoint of the week. That's good. Facebook made a higher high, higher low, still trending up. But look at that. Small little body in the mid. Yeah, that's suspicious. Yep, and also rejected at 350. But it did close above that prior week. We'll see what happens coming into the next week. Google, new high, strong like bull. Formed a dodgy up here. That's suspicious. Sometimes you have sell-offs there. So it may have a retracement. Retracement, if it's on weakness, look to buy again. Look, you had a dodgy here and a retracement. Opportunity to buy and get into the new highs. Tesla, well, lower low, lower high. Still above $1,000 and close inside that prior body. So that's good. Strong. November Victor Delta Alpha, all-time new high. Another strong trend. Netflix, all-time new high for the year. Took out that swing high, went above 700 by a few pennies, rejected it, and closed back and below. Let's remove this yellow horizontal line. Yeah, that's a bearish pin bar. That's suspicious. Let's see if we get confirmation if it's going to reverse and go lower, and then one might consider trading bearish. One could look at if we break below the low of last week come Monday, some bears would enter, and we'll see if that has retracement. Bravo Alpha, Bravo Alpha. Look at the week, huge trading range downside, bearish. I had that purple line labeled prior. I saw that Fibonacci. I showed you that green area, and that's what happened. We had that reverse trend retracement up here, and then we had that reverse thinking, okay, so now one would expect we may be breaking below this low, 138.43. If we break below that low, that means this trend down may be nearly as equal as this length from here to there. That's very bearish. Let's look at this longer duration, see. Yep. So from 230.89 to 138, get the number that's the difference between those two and subtract it from here, the high of here, which is 182.09, and that's how far it might go down to the downside. Oof. Let's put this on a higher time frame, monthly, just to see. Yeah, yep. It's not looking good. Well, that $100 target, if it breaks this swing low below here, yep, could be heading down to that 100 next. Okay, let's look at the sectors, find out what the best sectors were. And the S&P 500 index has 11 sectors. We're going to look at them by percentage, the ones that make up the biggest percentage first. Oops, let's go back to the weekly ones. There we go. So the first sector is XLK, makes up 20.8%. That's technology, just like the NASDAQ. Look at that, strong like bull. XLV, healthcare, it's an acceleration. There's a high for the year. Yep, so the prior trend was up, and it's an acceleration. One would expect we may have that continued trend. We'll see what happens. XLF, financials, makes up 13.7%. Yep, broke below that acceleration, bearish. And if you looked at my past video yesterday, I showed you several stocks inside the stock ETF, XOF. It was in a Dow video showing the Dow stocks, Dow index versus the Dow stocks inside there. I showed you those bank stocks were giving clues weeks before that was getting ready to break down. Yep, rewatch that video if you haven't watched it yet. XLY, consumer discretionary. Yep, acceleration, strong like bull. XLC, communication services, huge consolidation. Yep, so maybe that 80, let's see what happens. Maybe the trading range, or sorry, the opportunity to be reloading. Yep, I have to come next week and watch, see if we're going to close above 80 next week. That might have new buyers. We'll see what happens. That could be a, yep, I'm going to watch that and watch the individual stocks inside that. XLI, industrials. Oof, selling off here. XLP, consumer staples. Not surprised, yep. So there was that swing high. We took it out and rejected it, selling off already. So this may be strength going back down. We'll have to see that. XLE, energy, makes up 6%. Trend is still down, just like we thought, broke below that acceleration. XLU, utilities, 2.8%. Acceleration. Yep, so we had this impulse move up here, acceleration. So one would expect we might have a further upside. XLRE, real estate, 2.7%. Huge consolidation. That's suspicious. Maybe doing distribution. Yep, that means smart money may be selling it. Have to start looking at the individual stocks in there and do some more research on here. But that's maybe what happened. You had a high here, then a new high, which rejected, closing above that high. Yep, that may be distribution. Let's just look at this on a faster time frame on the daily. See, there's some kind of signal. Yeah. Yep. Does look like distribution. Need to examine that even more by looking at the individual stocks in there. Interesting. XLB. Materials. Oof, reversed. So again, we had a high here, made a higher high. Again, we closed. We had a gap there, but did close below the low there. So now we're going to have a potential trend going further back down. Just watch that, see how it goes up. Okay. So if you like what I'm sharing, if you want to see this earlier, 24 hours early, subscribe to my Patreon, level 2.